Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. I'm going to share with you an almost guaranteed approval on a OppLoans hack. Okay? You can get up to $5,000. Now, I would tell you this. If you reside in either of these states, do not waste your time with this lender, okay? Because they're not going to service you, okay? So if you stay in Colorado, uh, Connecticut, Georgia, Iowa, Maryland, Massachusetts, New York, South Dakota, Vermont, or West Virginia, this here is not going to benefit you. All right. I'm just putting it out there. So I would not encourage you to try to apply for this loan because you won't get acknowledged. All right. That being said, here's the thing that most people are missing about OppLoans. All right. OppLoans uses Experian third-party credit bureau. Okay. And so their third-party credit bureau is Clarity. This is the reason why you would not see a hard pull ever on your personal credit when going for this $5,000 loan. All right. Now, here's the thing about it. I would tell you, since you are aware they pull Clarity, what I would do, I would pull my Clarity file, okay? And I would look at it to see if there's any negative items on my Clarity file. Yes, you can get access to your Clarity file. Again, it's a third-party financial credit bureau that's owned by Experian. You will pull that and you will dispute all the negative items on that. All right. Then what I would do, I would also go over to Experian. And when I go over to Experian, I would use USC 15 code 1681E. Okay. And the reason that you want to do that is so that you can have a backup resource. So when you apply for that OppLoans, you have a higher chance of approval. Now, here's something else I would tell you. If you know that your income is less than $35,000, this is very important so you understand. If you know your income is less than $35,000, do not apply for the full $5,000. What I would do, I would go for at least half. All right. Now, here's the reason why, because I'm going to tell you where to get the other half from. This is going to give you a higher chance of approval, especially, again, when you're making less than $35,000. All right. This is so important because a lot of people, they can get approved for a loan. However, they're missing out because they're asking for the max. Do not ask for the max if you know that you don't have the best credit and your income is less than $35,000. All right. This is very important if you want to get approved for this loan. Now, what happens is they're going to verify. Okay. So you have to have an active checking account for at least 90 days. Okay. For at least 90 days. All right. That's very important. Now, will they accept Chime? Because I know a lot of people, they wonder, well, will they accept Chime? I would send them an email to let them know, hey, I'm using Chime. Now, I always tell you, if you're using Chime and you want a regular checking account, you always have the option to get a secondary checking account, usually like your credit unions or your small community banks. They offer second chance accounts. So if you're trying to get a loan and they won't accept Chime, then go to your smaller community banks or your credit unions and open up a second chance account. All right. That's going to help you get more approvals for loans. Now, let's just say that Opportune did give you the $2,500. All right. Now, you have other options to raise that other $2,500. The first option is using platforms. Okay. Now, the reason that I'm telling you to use a platform, because again, the platforms that I'm telling you, you'll have a higher chance of approval, even if you have low income. All right. And so that being said, you're going to look at like hard payday loans. All right. Because they go up to $5,000. All right. They work with people that's on government benefits. You can be on child support, receiving child support. You can be receiving alimony. The interest rate starts at 5.99. Okay, very reasonable interest rates. All right, and they use tribal lenders, and there's no hard pull on the personal credit. Okay, this is another thing. If you're trying to avoid the hard pull on the personal credit dealing with these loans, these are the type of loans you want to go after. Now, that being said, the next thing is, say that you don't want to go that other loan route, you may want to consider a credit card. So you have credit cards like with OneMain. They have the Brightway credit card. All right. A very easy credit card to get, goes up to $3,000. All right. So you can check and see if you can get qualified for that one. You also have the Mission Lane, okay, credit card as well. Now, there's another credit card. However, it does charge an annual fee. All right. So this annual fee credit card, again, is with Tilt. Okay. Tilt Engage. Now, that credit card goes up to $3,500. All right. Well, one of the bigger things that a lot of people, and let me add this about OppLoans. All right. So if you've came out of a bankruptcy and you've been out of that bankruptcy for at least 6 months, they will still approve you. That's right. They will still approve you. So you still would have a higher chance of approval. All right. So that's the reason why I'm saying that this may be a great opportunity for somebody that's struggling, trying to get some money, and they don't want to go through tribal lenders, because some direct tribal lenders, okay, some are not. So like, give an example like Rise Credit. Okay, so with Rise Credit, they go up to $5,000. Now, you know where I had mentioned those other states not to apply if you don't reside in those states? Well, with Rise Credit, they expand out much wider than that. They have a bigger net. So to be able to qualify. And again, they also use Clarity, as well as Clarity, which is owned by Experian, as well as Teletrack, which is owned by Equifax. Okay. And so again, no hard pull on the credit. However, having an active checking account, you definitely would have to make sure that you have consistency in income. All right. One of the difference that really makes OppLoans stands out is because they don't focus too much on the personal credit. What they're focusing in on, the consistency in income. So even if you was working a job, however, if you've been hopping from job to job, that inconsistency, that's where they will deny you. So having that job, having a stable place, a stable address that you've been in, that's the reason I tell you to check your Clarity file before you apply, because the address is also on the application. If that address is not going to match up with the address that's on your Clarity file, this also can throw up a red flag and keep you from getting denied as well. Okay, so I hope this video helps you. If you have any questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.